What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Over the past, I want to say maybe year or so, NXT has been having a huge rise, specifically in their women's division, with a lot of knee injuries, specifically torn ACLs and meniscus. That's not, I don't think there's a plural on that. And if there is, I'm not going to try and say it because it's going to come out wrong. I'm leaving this in the video. People make mistakes. Moving forward, I want to thank you guys for all the love you've been showing on the videos. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. If you can go ahead and subscribe, help me out tremendously. We're going to go ahead and cover every single person who's currently on the shelf, who came back, and what the situation is with Cora Jade. Now, before we even get started with that, man, I wish Cora Jade a really, really speedy recovery. So we'll start with the alphabetical order, I guess, with this website. So Amari Miller, torn ACL, was confirmed in February of 2023. Ariana Grace, who was out for, she was actually, I think, more or less like the beginning of what would occur then later on with everyone starting to have this same injury, because at January of 2023, she was already 11 weeks into her injury. I believe she got it towards the end of 2022. And we literally just saw her pop up maybe like 2 to 3 months ago back on TV in October of 2023, I believe is when she came back. So that she was out for literally like 9 to 10 months, which is usually the recovery time for an injury like that. And then, of course, Dakota Kai isn't a part of NXT, but she also has a torn ACL as well, which you guys know she should be back very soon. Another NXT talent, Nikita Lyons. She has a torn ACL and meniscus, and her injury was confirmed in January of 2023, and it has a recovery time of at least 8 months, up to over a year. So yeah, usually on average, it's like 9 to 10 months, I'd say. Now it looks like the ring of NXT is becoming the scary NXT parking lot from back in the day when people used to get hurt out there. Up-and-comer Sol Ruka has a torn ACL. Back in May, she had her surgery. She was last seen on NXT being taken out by a mysterious attacker, aka Blair Davenport. And of course, how could we forget Wendy Chu? Wendy Chu was written off TV in May of 2023 after being attacked by, again, the mystery attacker Blair Davenport. And the reason why they had that entire Blair storyline, if you guys remember, was because all the girls were getting injured. If memory serves me correctly, I think Blair took out like 3 or 4 people, which was insane. The fact that they all had more or less the same injury at the exact same time was insane. And there's a track pattern there, you know what I mean? Like, are they training the girls too tough? What's been going on? Because I know Dave Meltzer spoke about it on his podcast, where he feels like the girls may be getting trained a little too hard, thus leading into these injuries. And you know, you could say it, right? Oh well, that's only like 4 or 5 injuries in 1 year, bro. Relax. Like, I understand, but it's the same injury, bro. ACL tears. That is not a coincidence. It is a conspiracy, like R-Truth likes to say. C-O-N, spiracy.
C-O-N, spiracy?
And then, of course, like I said, with Wendy Chu having an undisclosed amount of injuries, she actually had 2 surgeries and has been in rehab since. Now, this was back in May, and we're approaching, you know, almost February of 2024. So obviously, I hope she returns as well, because I'm not the biggest Wendy Chu fan, but, you know, her character is kind of cute. Like, I like it, you know, like, and she's actually a pretty good wrestler. And fun fact, Wendy Chu was also Mei Ying, the one that was with Boa, the one that used to have the mask on and sit on the chair and stuff. That was Wendy Chu as well before, you know, she became Wendy Chu. So the girl has range. You know, hopefully this character works for her when she returns. And now we get to Cora Jade. Yeah, I know I'm in the way here. But anyways, Cora Jade has now also been sidelined with a torn ACL. So to give you guys the gist of this paragraph, so we don't have to read it all, she was facing Lyra Valkyria in the main event in a show for NXT over the weekend. Jade City. I don't know how to pronounce the name of that city. You guys let me know in the comment. But anyways, it was an NXT house show. And in the main event, she was facing her, where essentially she had to be attended to by the officials after the match. And then it was then referred to as confirmed that she suffered the injury and is now a sideline with a torn ACL. The same injury that, ironically enough, the other NXT girls have gotten in the past as well. And not just NXT girls, right? But, you know, Sonya Deville, now Charlotte Flair, Dakota Kai previously. So there was 3, you know, there was like 3 people on the main roster that got it as well. With Sonya, Dakota, and Charlotte. But the other 4 to 5 girls, now I think like maybe 6, maybe, who knows? I lost track, is now with NXT. So now it's becoming a bit, I don't know if you guys are starting to see the pattern here, but it's the same exact injury, bro.
Brother.
I don't know. I wish her the best, man. I know she was slated for a very, very big push. I would even argue that she was going to be in line next to become women's champion, maybe before Lola would cash in. maybe Lola was going to hold a contract for a couple more months to allow Cora to take the title from Lyra Valkyria, which would then maybe allow Lyra to get promoted to the main roster post WrestleMania season. And, I would even argue that she was going to be in the freaking Royal Rumble this year because there's rumors of AJ Lee potentially showing up. And that's a whole nother video, but maybe AJ Lee and her were going to have some sort of stare down as well, which would have been sick because Cora reminds me so much of AJ Lee in a lot of her mannerisms, the way she fights, the way that she has her face. And but AJ Lee was like that as well, where she was very like good at wrestling, but she also was very good at like getting people to get the eyes on her with many different mannerisms in the ring. So that's all I'm going to say about it. But anyways, I was very excited and looking forward to her being in the Rumble. I can't confirm that. I don't have a source on that or anything, but I just thinking long term, like thinking how, WWE, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H like to operate, I would be safe to assume that I feel like she would have been in the Rumble of 2024. But obviously, that's all changed now. We probably won't see her back until Q4 of 2024, if not early 2025. So, because like the report said, it could take anything between 8 months to a year, over a year, for the injury to be gone. So again, we wish her the best. If anything else occurs, I will let you guys know. She was even supposed to compete in that 20 women battle royal today on NXT. So, or tomorrow, sorry. So I would argue maybe she was going to win that, and that's how she was going to get her chance to fight Lyra at Vengeance Day. So again, I'm not even going to drag this any further. We talked about everything. We talked about all the other injuries that have led up to this. Let me know if you guys think this is, more so starting to be maybe a trend. Let me know in the comments if maybe you think the trainers are maybe pushing the girls too hard. Do you foresee them maybe having to tweak their training regimen a little bit? Or do you think it is just name of the game? Do you think it was just all purely coincidence and it was just all an accident? Again, let me know in the comments, man. And again, thank you for watching as always. Peace.